You're now listening to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. Straightforward, no nonsense business advice. Completely unfiltered. Grow your business. Grow your life. Now, here's your host, Brian Fullerton.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. It is your host, Brian Fullerton here, hanging with you guys, and good morning. Going to do a little bit of a Equip 2024 debrief for you guys and just talk to you a little bit about last week's excitement and all the great stuff that went on over there in beautiful Louisville, Kentucky. So, lots to cover, but honestly, it probably won't be that long of a show. Just actually hanging here on the back porch of the beautiful Fullerton estate. It's all coming together. 10 years in the making. We got about 2 more weeks, and we're going to be moving into this puppy and hopefully out of the camper. And that thing is going in for a little bit of warranty service, and then it is going on marketplace. And I am never camping again. Just having some fun there. But really quick, the kids are playing out here in the backyard, digging in the dirt, playing with chalk, getting muddy, and that's what it's all about. So it is a dream come true, you know, for sure. 10 years in the making. 2 more weeks, and then we're going to be moving on in. So I cannot wait. Last week, Equip Expo 2024, holy cow. Just to give you guys a real-time update, Liz is actually still sleeping right now because we got up at the butt crack of dawn, about 7:30, 8 o'clock. The kids actually slept in, thank God. And I know some of you guys are 18, 19, 20 years old, and you're thinking, sleeping in until 7:30? What are you talking about? Sleeping in is 10:30 or maybe even 11:30 in the morning. For sure, when you're 18, 19, 20 and you're single, that's the dream, no doubt about it. But once you have kids, these little gremlins, they wake up at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, and they are charged up and ready to go. We did some morning activities, and we ran around to Costco because Costco is for Sunday. My daughter loves Costco, and so does my wife. And then I got on back here about noon 1, and unfortunately, because the kids slept in, they kind of missed the nap window, and so I'm watching them in the backyard while Liz is taking another nap to actually recover. So I pulled short straw, but she needs the rest. We're still recovering. I know a lot of you guys out there, you're saying recovering from Equip Expo. How could that be? Well, I know we're all men's men, and we're all walking a couple miles a day and mowing grass and have a 25-pound leaf blower on our back, and you're doing the deal. But it's just not the same when you're going to a trade show, walking around for 10, 12 hours straight, shaking hands, meeting folks meeting you, not the best nutrition. You're just kind of hanging off of fair pretzels and hot dogs and pulled pork sandwiches. You're just doing your best to stay energized. And it's a lot of walking, a lot of talking. And so it's very, very draining, if you will, to go to the Equip Expo for a couple of days. Obviously had a time of our lives, great time, great people. So many great friends that we were able to see, so many new friends we were able to make, the whole deal. So that's what I wanted to do, just a couple quick minutes here. Maybe talk to you guys about some big takeaways from the event, what I saw, talk a little bit about equipment, talk a little bit about the industry, talk a little bit about the community, and just kind of give you guys a little bit of a debrief here for the next couple of minutes. Really quick, if you guys are just getting back into town, wanted to let you guys know, last week, Monday and Friday, we had some really, really good shows. Of course, Wednesday was Xmark and the latest and greatest from them. But Monday, Wednesday, Friday, really, really good shows last week. Friday, a little bit of a sleeper episode, but a lot of folks said, hey, what a banger. You guys were listening to that as you guys were driving home. So appreciate that encouragement and the kind words from that show. Talking about incremental wins. So if you guys finish up this episode today, don't skip over last week Friday show. I know a lot of us were in Equip Expo and or traveling, but really, really good show, and talking about how you can gain some personal momentum and business momentum in your life. Really quick, wanted to, before we jump on into it, today we're going to hear from today's show sponsors, but I just want to say a big thank you to everyone from the top of my heart. I don't know how long you guys listened to the whole episode here, but I do want to say a big top of the chart here. Let's just say thank you. Thank you to everybody who came up, said, hey. Thank you to anybody who was kind and gracious to myself and my wife, my family, if you saw them around Louisville, painting the town, Thank you to all of you guys that supported with the Brian's Code to save, 50% off on your registration. We do earn a small kickback and all that mess from that. And my heart's heavy. My joy for the week is full. I'm just so grateful and so thankful to be able to spend so much time with all of you guys in this industry, and hopefully I did all of you guys right as well with the panels and the booth takeovers we were able to do. I'll get into that here in a minute. But my heart's heavy. It was just a really, really good time. Always a humbling experience, always a humbling week, if you will. And so I just want to say a big thank you to all of you guys that showed love And of course, shout out to the actual Equip team that throws this event on. I mean, when you got 30,000 people, descending, right, on one location, the logistics are just endless, right? I mean, it's insane. So I just want to say a big shout out to the Equip team. They did a phenomenal job. And best I understood, sold out exhibitor space and 30,000 folks. I mean, that's from what I hear, the biggest show that they've ever done. And it just continues to grow. So how cool is that? So let's do this really quick. I want to take you guys through our Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and even Saturday schedule. We'll just kind of give you guys a little bit of a debrief and a rundown. Again, I'm watching the kids, so pardon the interruption if there's any craziness behind and you guys can hear any noise from them. Hopefully they'll behave, not likely. But anyway, and Liz is taking a nap, so I'm kind of rocking solo dad life at the moment right now. So pray for me as well, right? So if dad can't watch the kids for a couple of hours, is he really even being a dad or a father? Amen. So let's do this really quick. I want to hear from today's show sponsors and announcements. We got a bunch of great partners coming in this fall. I want to hear from all these guys, and they got some great products and services as well. So they are the ones that help us keep the lights on around here, besides the support that you guys give us with Launchpreneur Academy and our membership group called Link. So thank you to all of our partners as well. Let's hear from today's show sponsor announcements. And guys, I'm excited about giving you a little bit of a debrief about Equip Expo 2024. Hang tight.
We wanted to take a quick minute to introduce you to some exciting news from LMN. They've recently announced new tiers and pricing for their world-class software, making it more accessible for companies on the grow. LMN Starter is only $297 a month and provides all the essential tools you need to grow. From building your company budget to taking control of your estimating, streamlining your invoicing, and taking the guesswork out of how to price your work, LMN is here to help create a predictable and profitable business. If you're running revenues from $250,000 to $500,000 or more, then it's time to invest in software to meet your growing business needs that was designed by landscapers for landscapers. Mention code Brian when you sign up to receive the white glove, one-on-one onboarding experience and lock in the best pricing available. Take control of your future today with LMN.
All right, let's jump on into it here. Get a little bit of a debrief from Equip Expo 2024. I got to tell you guys what a phenomenal time. What a crazy, crazy week. So many things online, so many things offline, so many excitement builders and things that were just add-ons to the show and to the event and the festivities. If you know, you know. What a crazy freaking week it was. But you know what? Coming out unscathed, coming out on top, and hanging out with all of y'all is absolutely the most fun week I've ever had down in Louisville, Kentucky. I'll do my best to kind of run through a little bit of a debrief here, right, on some of the booths, some of the events we were able to participate in, and then just some of the industry and community events. First off, we came on down on Tuesday, but Monday we had our fair share of challenges. You know, it's funny, like, you're going down the road and everybody just thinks, somebody has it all easy or figured out. I will tell you that we don't. We had one of my guys call off on Monday, two of my guys call off on Tuesday, and one of my guys call off on Wednesday and Thursday. And we were struggling with labor. Thankfully, it's like the final cuts of the season, if you will. So not a lot of, necessarily trimming and edging, just a lot of mow and then blow with all the leaves out there on the lawns. But, labor issues and employee challenges nonetheless. The guys rallied, got everything done by Friday, but what would have been a 4-day week, turned into a 5-day week and a little bit of challenges there. Hopefully we'll be back to full strength here today, Monday, as you guys are listening to the show. But for any of you guys that couldn't make the show because you had equipment failures, truck failures, labor issues, employee challenges, trust me, I totally get it. So as fun as like Equip Expo week is, there's still logistics back at home, right? The lawns have to get cut. The work has to get done. Don't think your boy came out, on top just because we always have it all figured out. It's nothing like that. Monday, Tuesday, I told my guys, I said, hey, you guys, you know I'm in Louisville. You got to figure it out. And they did. And so just really quick, I got to say, shout out to Mark, Rob, and Brian in all different capacities. They figured it all out and they got it all done. And that allows me to not only physically be down in Louisville, Kentucky, but mentally, right? So I just want to highlight those guys and say thank you for holding down the fort. We actually came on down on Tuesday, got in late night, about 6 o'clock, went to dinner with some friends, and then, frankly, we just kind of went back to the hotel and just kind of laid low. And some of the guys went out to Churchill Downs, if you will, and that was a really good time for the reception party. But because we got in late, we were getting food and dinner, we just kind of laid low. And at the end of the night, it was time to just get to bed because Wednesday morning, you're up at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning to get over to Equip Expo. And the actual conference is like noon to 4 or noon to 5 on Wednesday. But because we do a little bit of social media mess, we were able to get on over there between 9 and noon, the media day. And I had 6 or 7 appointments getting to run around to film a bunch of content for a couple different brands, some sponsored, some not sponsored, just trying to give you guys, the best content that I can to offer. And we were able to shoot some videos at Exmark, Segway, Navimo, Honda, Earth and Turf, Mulchmates, Hustler, just a couple different booths, a Skag, I think it was. And me just try to get content for you guys on YouTube. So if you guys have not watched the Brian's Law Maintenance YouTube channel or, even us on TikTok or Instagram, we did share as much content as humanly possible that I was able to grab, capture, and of course, edit late nights and early mornings outside of obviously getting no sleep for the event. So anybody who watches those videos, hey, drop a comment, drop a like. It goes a long way just to helping it get maybe surfaced a little bit more so we can get some extra views on all that content. But it was an absolute barn burner for sure on Wednesday, not only from the ability to grab content, but doing the first of 2 obligations that we had on Wednesday. One was an Exmark booth, quote unquote takeover. It's kind of a cheesy name or, whatever you want to call it, but was able to hang out with Keith Kelfus at the Exmark booth for an hour and 20 minutes and had met probably 200 to 300 folks, gave away 100, 150 plus t-shirts. Just a phenomenal time. It sounds so weird and it's so, I don't even know what to say. Like I didn't get started for any of this mess, but just to meet you guys. I know you want to quote unquote meet me. I'm just another guy, if you will. And I know I've perhaps played a small role or impact in some of your guys' education or success or encouragement or motivation, that kind of stuff. And I acknowledge that, but I also appreciate that. But I also tell you humbly, like I'm just another guy, But to have 200, 300, 400 people come up to you in line and say, dude, I love you, love your content. You don't know me from Adam, but like here's my story, and get to catch up with everyone for 30 to 60 seconds, just a quick little meet and greet kind of deal. Like, dude, what a humbling experience. So to say at the least that my heart is heavy and I'm humbled as ever to be part of this industry and community and get to shake hands with all of you guys is an understatement, right? To say it mildly. So that was really, really good. Right after, we were able to go to the Billy Goat booth and we got to hang out there for a good hour. And again, same thing, meet another 50 to 100 people in line. And we did this like panel kind of discussion thing. It was really, really good. So again, thank you to anybody who came on up and was able to shake our hand because I was as excited about meeting you if you were excited about meeting me. Wednesday, we went out to town, went to a local restaurant, got to hang out with a couple great couple friends of ours, the Almonds, the Jennings, a couple other great people. And holy cow, this ladybug just landed on my kneecap. And I'm like, what the hell? There's like 50 ladybugs in my back porch right now. Not entirely sure what's going on. It's like a weather thing or maybe they're looking for rain or water or food. I don't really know. But for some reason, I got like 50 ladybugs on our back porch and they are jumping all over me. So there you go. But Wednesday, super good time. Thursday, just to fast forward, went to the show in the morning. By the way, I did not run the 5K on Wednesday. Your boy, if you heard the last episode or a couple episodes ago on the podcast, you'll know that my health insurance for my new life insurance policy, humbly put, go figure, nothing to feed the ego with a bloated head already, right? I came back as elite preferred, and it's a whole other story for a whole other time. But there's regular insurance, like qualifier or whatever you call it. Then there's like super preferred, which is like one in like thousands of people. And then elite preferred is like 1 in 100,000 people. And I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't even know either tier were a thing. And my insurance agent, Loda, came back and said, elite preferred, what the hell? She goes, you're 6 years older from being super preferred on your previous policies when I got them when I was 30. And she goes, somehow you got older and got healthier. I said, I'm just aging like fine wine, babe. What can I do? So that being said, oh my God, dude, dude, these ladybugs are crawling all over me. It's freaking, one was like literally on my shirt, on my chin. Scared the hell out of me. I'm getting attacked by ladybugs. So elite preferred. So 2 things. One, I don't feel like I have to prove that I can run a 5K anymore. But number 2, because I'm elite preferred. But number 2, God forbid I die on the 5K by having a heart attack. It'd be the ultimate irony as you guys are scooping me up off the Louisville Mud River Bridge, whatever the hell that thing spans Indiana. And, I'm dying as I have elite preferred health status. So I just thought, hey, sometimes the jokes write themselves, and I didn't want to go out that way. So I opted out. Appreciate all you guys that missed me, but getting up at 5 a.m. to run a 5K is it was already for the birds, and I'm definitely not I'm not interested in doing it again. Maybe next year, we'll see. But that being said, Thursday morning, going back to Thursday, we did do something for the first time ever, part of our Link membership. You guys have heard me talk about it on all the podcasts, and forgive me not to beat a dead horse with it. It's just we have so many new listeners to all the new different shows. If you guys don't know, we have a private Facebook community with a couple hundred members, and over the next couple of years, of course, I'd love to do meetups and private events and breakout sessions, and of course, discounts at people that are part of that, or they hear latest and greatest, or first dibs, or price break content, or coupons or codes, or exclusives to that group. And that's our private Facebook community. Well, we were able to do a Link breakfast on Thursday morning and had, I would say, every bit of about 50 people there, which was super, super cool. Got to, again, meet folks, part of the community. The community got to meet folks who are part of the group and put faces to name. We've had that group for about 9 or 10 months now. And it was so cool just folks getting to meet each other, part of the group that we've been building these friendships for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. And of course, eat some hot food before we jump onto Equip Expo for day 2. So that was really, really cool experience. And we were able to give a Link exclusive t-shirt. A couple of people actually signed up for a Link on the spot that weren't part of members. And that was really cool. So just a really good time, of course, again, building community and communities within communities, if that makes sense. Thursday, I absolutely had a blast. It was probably the best day. It's the big day for Equip Expo, if you don't know. We went over to the steel booth at 10 a.m., and I was on a panel with a couple of folks. We're talking about battery and technology in the industry. And frankly, I think I was just there for comedic relief. I don't really know I was there. It was a panel with Marty Grunder, another new dude named Dan, who's like a legislative individual, very, very smart, definitely the smartest guy in the room kind of dude. He had a sport coat on, khaki pants, like guys that are just very, very smart in the industry with law. And then Paul with their battery platform, and who's just a really, really cool dude. Some of you guys have seen him on our content before. He is just a plethora of knowledge too. So that panel was about an hour long, and there was 300 people in the steel booth. And I mean, talk about what am I doing up here, right? I mean, just humbly put, some of the smartest people in the industry and in different parts of the industry. And I'm up there just kind of sharing our personal experience with, using battery and a couple of different things from the steel brand in our business. And it was a humbling experience to see 300 people, for the most part, hang out for the whole hour. That was crazy. I thought maybe some people would casually observe, but more people kept sitting down. They had some chairs and booths and some different, chair booths or whatever you want to call it, set up around the whole booth. And it was just a really, really good conversation. And I'm just thinking to myself, holy cow, 300 people staring at you for an hour is intimidating. Amen. So thank you to everybody who came up before and after. That was just a surreal experience. Getting to hang out on stage, with a guy like Marty Grunder. Just a plethora of knowledge and just a pillar in the industry. He's been doing this for, 20, 30 years, if you will. Grunder Grow Group, kind of guy. And what a humbling experience to get to share the stage with somebody like that. So either somebody, made a mistake and I was the wrong guy up there, or your boy's hanging with some of the big dogs, and we're finally making some progress on this thing. Amen. I don't know, one of the two, but what a humbling experience. I'll just tell you that. Fast forward a little bit, got to run around, grab some more content for a couple of hours, and then was able to zip on over to do Energize. And no doubt about it, I mean, if there's any one thing I look forward to all week, besides meeting folks and friends and making friends and all that mess, is Energize. And for any of you guys that, hear me joke about it, about 3 years ago, the main stage opened up. They wanted to backfill with some education. And one of the contacts I have at Equip Expo, his name is Evan, he goes, hey, you want to do Energize? And do a sales and marketing course for about an hour in training. And I said, absolutely not. And he goes, awesome. So you're going to do Energize. We'll see you at 2 o'clock on Thursday. And it's going to be a really, really good time. He goes, pick a couple guys to do a panel with you, man. It's going to be awesome. And the only reason I even say that story, humbly put, is because you guys got to realize, I'm not an outgoing extrovert, right? I guess they call it personality type. I'm just another guy. I put on headphones all day to not have to talk to people, customers, or anybody just like you. I'd rather keep to myself, mow grass. That's humbly put, what I did working at True Green, and again, even cutting grass for the first decade of my life. It was just about me being by myself with my own thoughts, listening to music or podcasts, right? And so for me to be out front, to be on stage in front of 300 or 400 people, I'm not a public speaker, necessarily. At this point, I'm just another, dude, just trying to hang out with my friends at Equip Expo. It's already busy enough. And but you know what? Evan said, dude, you're going to do great. He handled some of my concerns and fears. He's like, you're our guy. We want you up on stage. And so thankfully, I was able to rope a couple of my buddies into it the first year and the second year. And of course, this year, we had Sam Rankin with Etch Outdoor, Sam Gemble with Atlas Outdoor, and Corey Lanphier Lawn Care out of Medina, Ohio. And these guys absolutely knocked it out of the park. All I had to do was ask about 4 to 7 questions. I felt like they were decent questions, right? And these guys just took it away for an hour. And I'm telling you what, if you were in the room, the amount of tips and, I won't say secrets, but just nuggets of information that these guys were able to share and present was second to none. I mean, I think somebody added up, there's something like $20 to $25 million worth of business represented on stage. Something like 40 years in the industry represented on stage. So these guys have learned a few things along the way. I think Sam Rankin has been in business for 6 or 7 years. Sam Gemble for like 14 or something like that. And Corey Lanphier, 25 years. So like these guys have seen the economy change, the ebbs and flows of markets change and consumer demand change and trends in the industry, right? So it was just a really, really good time. If you guys have ever come to Energize, if you know, there's probably about 300 or 400 people in the room. It was standing room only for sure as we were in the thick of it. And I just, I got to say, humbly speaking, like what a phenomenal, phenomenal time. I'm just thankful to be a part of an event like that. And I hope I did you guys proud. That being said, what a great time there. For the rest of the show, basically ran around with a couple of my friends and buddies. We grabbed some content. I was able to check out things like the Crest booth, the Magnematic booth, see some of the latest greatest from Milwaukee, the Hustler booth, like I said earlier, the Skag booth, the Boss Snowplow booth. Got to bump into Ollie Pooley. I think his name is Oli Pooley from Ollie Pooley on Instagram, and got to see a bunch of his content, over the last couple of years, and got to hang out with him for a little bit, and track the time with Tim and Stanley Dirtmonkey and a bunch of these great guys that you just, they're just phenomenal dudes. Who cares about social media? They're just good people. Now, because they're good and fun and engaging, personalities, right? They're able to make some really, really fun and engaging content too, and that's, why. But, when you get to meet these people in real life, there's no, show or showmanship or, whatever. They're just regular dudes. They're just regular people. Hopefully just like myself, right? And so it was just great getting to build those relationships and connections with not only the people but of course the people, quote unquote, that you don't know, just regular folks out there enjoying the show. And that was always a fun part of that whole experience. Thursday night, you had the KFC Yum Center and the after parties and all the rallies. We went to get some dinner as well. It was just a really, really good time, really, really great evening. And that's pretty much Thursday. Friday, same exact thing, getting to run over to my brother's booth, Brandon Bull, getting to see him. I think you guys absolutely blew Adam's mind with how many folks not only signed up for a website on the spot, he had some kind of sales or promotion going, I think, to, like a booth special, if you will. But Adam and his partner, Lauren, right? Lauren stayed back with Adam's wife, Sarah, as they just had a newborn baby 3 weeks ago. And then Lauren's husband, Packy, came on down to just hang out with Adam in the booth and talk sales and marketing. Packy's got a background in business, and he's actually a professor right now, which is actually really, really cool at Grand Valley State University. But they were saying like dozens and dozens of you guys reached out, needed a logo or needed branding or help or needed a website. So Adam, driving back home on Friday, we're debriefing, when I was driving home on Saturday, and he's like, my gosh, he goes, I'm going to be buried the next couple of weeks and months. And I said, dude, you haven't seen nothing yet. Wait till Equip X, or not only that, but wait till LAL. And then we're going to do the 4 masterminds with Mark Bradley. I said, we're going to build another 100 websites here in the next 100 days. And he's pumped up. He's just also like, holy cow. So if you guys need a website or you guys intend to do that, get in the queue now, because Lord knows you don't want to be trying to get a website in February after the last 4, 5, 6 events through fall and winter, right? You're going to be pretty deep in that queue. So Adam had a great time. Thank you guys so much for making him feel loved and appreciated, and Packy feeling appreciated. Like I said, I got to run over to his booth, got to run over to the Segway Navimo booth. ISO Tunes was there, and so many more great folks, right? If you know, you know. It was just a really, really good time. Well, pretty much last thing I'll say here, and I'll land the plane with, is we did not, admittedly, run home as fast as we could on Friday. We had the kids with us. We had both of our grandmas with us, my mom and my wife's mom as well. And we did not rip on back and do the marathon, hustle back to Michigan, 6 hours in the car, which turns into 7 or 8, if you guys know, with kids and females. So we actually celebrated our 10-year wedding anniversary at a place I think it's called Jeff Ruby's, or it's not Ruby Jeff's, but I think it's called Jeff Ruby's, right next to the Galt House. What a phenomenal steakhouse that was. Liz and I, October 18th is our anniversary, and it was our 10-year wedding anniversary. And somebody local to Louisville said, I was asking, for a dinner reservation, and he said, you got to go to Jeff Ruby's Steakhouse, one of the best in town. We were able to get a reservation there, like 5:15, whatever it was. And holy cow, folks, I'll just tell you what. Some of the absolute best steaks and food I've ever had in my life. Actually, I posted the photo that we had our anniversary, and a half dozen of you guys actually said you went to Jeff Ruby's that week as well for dinner, which is pretty small world and pretty ironic. And holy cow, that place, 5 out of 5 star, A rating for sure. That was a good steakhouse. I've been to steakhouses. I've been to places that folks hype up, and sometimes, the hype does not match. I will tell you, the Jeff Ruby Steakhouse absolutely delivered. So not only was the food great, the company was even better, and Liz and I got to spend a very not high-energy dinner. We were actually both exhausted. We were both tired, eating dinner, just reminiscing, laughing, literally laughing how ridiculous and whatnot the week was, but ridiculous about the last 10 years being together, and just celebrating our victories and our wins, and shedding a couple of tears at how dumb we are sometimes too about some of the mistakes we made along the way, and things maybe you said and you take back, or you wish you could take back, right? And just reminiscing, right? So 10 years in marriage. For any of you guys that know, both my side and my wife's side, we both come from broken homes, if you will, and one of our passions is definitely beating 50%, having a strong marriage. You take building the last 12, 18 months, a home, a barn, having another kid, crazy financial pressure with the house and the barn, overages, adding an employee, growing your lawn care business 25%, growing your social media business, obligations, spring and summer tours. Folks, just absolute ridiculousness, right? Living in a camper for 12 months, almost to the date now, 2 kids and a dog in there, having your sink break, having your camper get flooded because the washing machine just didn't drain one time and flooded the whole front camper. Like absolutely ridiculousness, watching the pipes freeze at night because it's minus 10 degrees in winter, even though you have heated hoses, running out of propane 100 different times, of course, only at 3 o'clock in the morning exclusively. Just absolutely ridiculousness this last 12, 18 months. You're just like, what else is left, right? Aliens, zombies, like bring it on. And that's what Liz and I said. I said, let's just make sure that we're solid and together, not only for the last 10 years, but for the next 10, 20, 30, 40 plus years. And, again, I'm telling you what, she's just my best friend. And I couldn't be more grateful and thankful to be married to Liz. And that was a dream come true. And not only that, the next day I said, hey, 10 years in one day. Let's keep going, right? Because we actually had a good morning. Now, I'm sure we argued or fought later that day. So, it's real life. But at least that 24 hours was actually pretty lovey-dovey. So shout out to Jeff Ruby. He's actually Instagrammed us back and said, thanks for celebrating your anniversary with us. We love you guys. And that was really, really sweet as well on Instagram. So all things being said, what a crazy freaking week down in Louisville, Kentucky. I'll button it up right here. If you guys went, it was a great time. Thank you to everyone who loved on us, had our backs, was kind, was graceful, was generous, had nothing but encouraging words to say. Thank you for God's grace and God's provision and God's protection that whole week. What a wild set of circumstances, completely unwarranted, completely unfounded with some of the extracurriculars that were going on that week. I just want to say I'm thankful for all of you guys that stood up with and for and still do with Liz and I. We love you guys. We appreciate you. And it was just a really, really great time as we all celebrated one community and one industry together that is tight and more unified than ever before. And I really do mean that, and I really do believe that. I love you guys, man. Last thing I'll say. We are shifting gears, hard pivot. We've got 2 weeks left until Launchpreneur Academy Live 2024. I don't want Equip Expo to eclipse the event that we have going on. We've got about 300 people coming up and down, I guess, if you could say, from Canada, all over the continental U.S. and sometimes even foreign countries, which is crazy. That's our conference we have going on November 2nd, Novi, Michigan, on Saturday. We will have tickets online and through, I think, the November 1st or 2nd, whatever it is, and then we cut off tickets online, but you can pay cash at the door. The early bird registration is over, but it's only $50 more if you book your ticket now. It's still worth it, still a phenomenal value. And I probably had 10 to 15 people through the whole time meeting folks and whatnot at a Quip Expo saying, "Are tickets still available? Are tickets still for sale? Can we still come on up? I'd love to come on up. I'm thinking about coming up." Yes, you can. We'd love to have you. Please make a decision. Come on up. We'd love to have you. The speakers would love to have you. The event is charging up. We're more unified. We have a bigger vision and a better vision than we ever have. The event is more cohesive than ever before. We have so much planning going into it, so many surprises available that are going to be coming at the show. And we would absolutely love to have you guys up here in Novi, Michigan. Get your ticket at launchpreneuracademy.com. It'll be at launchpreneuracademy.com/stores where you get your ticket. And there's a couple breakout session tickets left still for Jeff Joyner. Last chance to get in with him. I'm going to be cutting those off the week of. So, guys, we'd love to have you up there. Come on up. If you didn't make a Quip Expo, come make LAL. If you were at a Quip Expo asking about LAL, come on up. We'd love to have you. You can still get a ticket for sure. And come get educated, right? A Quip is like a great time to see the industry and the community. But if you're looking for the X's and O's on actually how to grow a real business, and I'm not saying like your boy here's got all the answers figured out. Hardly the case. Okay, I'm a student. I'm learning every single day myself, right? I'm in the thick of it just like you guys. But I guarantee you will learn something from the speakers that are on stage because all of them have $2, $4, $5, $10, $20, $50 million businesses. I bet you nothing short of about $50 to $100 million worth of business, if you will grace that stage from all the speakers we have in the queue. And we would love to have you guys on up in Novi, Michigan, learning from some of the best so you guys can grow a more successful business through winter and into spring of 2025, all right? Come check it all out. It's going to be a barn burner. We can't wait to see all of you guys there in about 2 weeks' time. And that's what I'm going to land the plane with today. Appreciate you guys listening in, as always. If there's anything we can ever do for you, shoot me an email, brianslawmaintenance2007@gmail.com. Hit me up on Instagram. Leave me a comment on YouTube. I'm really easy to be found, and I'm pretty active on social. So anything I can do to help you guys grow, you holler, you let me know, and I will do my best to help you guys out. All right, guys, over and out. Appreciate you. We love you. Hope you guys enjoyed Quip Expo 2024 as much as we did. Check out all the videos and the content that we were able to get and put on YouTube at Brian's Law Maintenance on YouTube, and we'll see you guys there. Over and out. Have a good rest of the week, and we'll catch up with you guys here on Wednesday.
Before you turn off the podcast, there are two things that we believe you will be highly interested in. First, if you're looking to stay up to date with the latest trends and insights in the world of lawn care, then you'll want to subscribe to our free email newsletter. It shows up in your inbox 3 times a week and includes a Monday motivational to kick off your week, a Wednesday what's new to keep you informed, and a Friday weekly recap of all the content we put out. The second thing is we have just launched Lawntrepreneur Academy Link. Now you can be a part of an exclusive community that links you to those who can help you grow in your lawn care business. Joining Lawntrepreneur Link will give you the tools that you need to stay accountable, get real-time expert advice, and find belonging in a community of folks who are passionate about the lawn care industry just like you. Visit lawntrepreneur.academy.com to learn how Link membership gives you unique access to monthly hangouts, bidding hour calls, coaching calls, expert lessons, and more. Stay ahead of the curve and level up your business with a membership to the Lawntrepreneur Academy Link. Find an easy-to-use link in the podcast description.
Thanks for taking the time to listen to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast with Brian Fullerton. We hope you enjoyed this production. If so, please consider leaving us a 5-star review for the show. While the techniques and ideas presented here are designed to help you grow a more successful and profitable business, no one can guarantee these results for you. We want to emphasize that entrepreneurship is not easy, and the ideas presented here are just the opinions of Brian Fullerton and his respective guests. No one can guarantee success for you. That being said, we hope the ideas presented here help you and motivate you to go on out there and crush it with your own business.
Fullerton Unfiltered Podcast.
Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you on the next episode.
This has been a Brian Fullerton and Mr. Producer production.